Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sarah Puspa Amalia from 5G. In here, I will retell about novel from Sherlock Holmes. This is part. This is part two in short novels. Okay, let's begin. One day, the king of Bohemia came to Banker to ask Sherlock Holmes' help. The king asked Sherlock Holmes to take back a photo is evidence of a affair between the king and his lover, namely Irene Adler. Soon the king will get married and he gets threat that Irene will fail that marriage by sending the photo to the future king's wife. Of course, the king panicked and tried desperately to seize the photo. He has tried to kidnap her many times, but the result are always zero. How does the process? Did Sherlock Holmes need to the photo from Irene? What about the continuation of the king's marriage? Miss Mary Sutherland is a large, tall woman. He works as a typist. One time, he meets Sherlock to help her find her future husband, namely Mr. Holmes. Angel will run away ahead their marriage. Whereas before that, two of them had never had a problem. Everything is fine. However, why doesn't why does Mr. Angel just run away? Did Sherlock Holmes find Mr. Angel? This time Sherlock oh, this time Sherlock was asked to help by a bright red-haired man named James Wilson. He has always he has always a he has a small post job near the city and keen-hearted assistant named Vincent Spaulding. Everything was fine until one day Spaulding saw a job advertisement in the newspaper. The job vacancy, the job vacancy is only indeed for someone advertisement in the newspaper. The job vacancy is only indeed for someone with red hair. Red hair. The word is very like just copying the encyclopedia. However, however, there are there is something straight about this job, which is a very large salary because West is dire need of money. Wilson also submit a job application and he has been working for 8 weeks and so far everything is fine. However, suddenly the works were stopped because there was a pieces of announcement paper in front of association office which said the association of red haired people had been disbanded. What exactly happened? What is Garing really? Did Sherlock did did Sherlock Holmes is really it? It's really different. If isn't accompanied by someone I can trust. One morning, when Watson was having breakfast with his wife, he got a telegram message from Sherlock, who invited him on an adventure to West England. In England, Mary Watson's wife allowed Watson to go with Sherlock Holmes because lately Watson looks very tired, very tired and pale. Watson finally left with Sherlock. The case that faced this time was related to the examinations of Mr. McCity. McCity is one of the tenants of owned by Mr. Throne in Boscombe Valley. Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly has a son named James. has named James, whose age is the same for Mr. Turn. One day, Miss Carey left his house because there was an appointment to meet someone. Because he never went home, James vainly followed his father, something like that, almost until 14 years old girl. The inn owner's son claimed to see James and Mixity had a big fight at the time. However, the girl was too frightened to see their quarrel. So she ran back to her house. He thought the accidents he saw to the mother not finished, the girl told me. Suddenly, James came to the inn and asked for help because his father found dead in the forest. Was was this James who killed his own father, or isn't it? Then why was Miss Kitty killed? This story takes during seasonal storm in late September. Sherlock is scrambling notes on his case, and Watson is reading book. When the weather was bad like that, suddenly a man named John Openzaw came to Sherlock to help to help Sherlock for help. John has John has an uncle named Elias. Elias is successfully businessman. He was very fond of John and asked John to stay with him. John is trusted to be Elias' representative at his home. John held at the case in the house. One day, while sitting at the dining table, Elias received an envelope containing 5 contracts of orange. Initial, John just laughed. John is laughed at the content of the stretched shipment, but Elias panicked. His face pale and his lips stiffly closed. John was confused by the uncle's attitude, even more so when the uncle said that these 5 grapefruit seed that she sits dead. 7 weeks later, at the death his uncle said was really coming. His uncle was found dead is the uncle his uncle was found dead is a small pond near the park. This terror was repeated this time happened to John's father, namely Joseph. Joseph has received Joseph has received a deadly message in the form of 5 orange seeds, and a few days later he died. Not stopping there, John is not the next target of death. He received an envelope with the same content. What is John's fate? Will he die like his father uncle? Then what message is actually written from 5 grains orange? Okay, I think enough in here. Uh, this is the final test. I hope I get the best score from Miss Suci. Thank you. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.